was in the fetal position on the floor sobbing.
Oh, I'm not laughing.
Here's what no one tells you about silent births and why some of these childbirth stories are straight up creepy. We've got so much to dive into today, so let's not waste any time. Let's jump straight into it. Hey everyone, what's up? It's Elena here, and welcome back to my channel Reality Nexus X, says the guy who insists his wives have natural births. And let's not forget Robin's claim that women should be silent during childbirth to honor God or something. Having experienced unmedicated childbirth myself, I can tell you, being quiet is impossible. You try pushing a watermelon out and see if you manage a whisper. The real kicker? Robin somehow stayed calm and composed during labor. Probably helped that her stepfather had a front row seat, literally down by the bed, watching the whole thing. Super normal, right? A man who barely knew her, sitting inches away, witnessing the whole event? That's beyond creepy. If you're close and want someone by your head for support, sure. But this guy sitting at the foot of the bed like he's there to watch a show. No thanks. When I witnessed a friend give birth, I tried to focus on her face and not the more graphic parts. At my first delivery, I had my husband, sister, aunt, and grandma in the room. No one moved down there until the baby's head started crowning. It's just weird that Robin's stepdad was that close so early on. And Kody being in the room during Maddie's birth, he actually shouted, "I see the head," like it was a sports event. Totally gross. Also, can anyone really believe Robin had a silent birth? Ariela's birth was difficult, breech with a broken collarbone, yet she was supposedly quiet? That sounds like clever editing. Maybe the real pain and screams were cut out to make Robin look like a serene, perfect mom. Remember when she got angry at Snow and yelled, "I don't give a *T"? Not exactly silent and saintly. This whole silent birth thing feels like a performance, part of controlling the narrative. It's brutal to ask women to be quiet through unmedicated labor, just to keep the men comfortable. Then there's Kody's infamous near-death experience from a 99-degree fever. Most wouldn't even consider that a fever worth mentioning. The dramatic sobbing, and "I saw the Grim Reaper" lines are just ridiculous. Meanwhile, his daughter underwent major surgery alone, and he didn't show up to support her. Hypocrisy much? Kody seems to only care about himself, Robin, and their immediate kids. Everyone else is invisible. He didn't check on other family members when they were sick, didn't offer help, nothing. Just endless theatrics for sympathy. If Kody ever had to deal with menstrual cramps or childbirth, he'd surely lose his mind. Honestly, it would be hilarious and tragic to see him hooked up to a pain simulator designed for period cramps. His version of masculinity is just pure emotional vampirism. Alpha male? More like Alpha Meltdown. Don't believe the hype about Robin's daughters being too busy, because the truth is, they're stuck in a cycle of dependence with no real future. I just watched the latest episode where Robin and Kody act like going out to dinner is some rare luxury. Robin says her older daughters are so busy with college, dinner, and bedtime. But whose bedtime? Is she talking about her adult daughters putting themselves to bed? Or does she mean they're managing the younger kids' dinner and bedtime routines while she does very little? It's bizarre to say a 20-year-old is busy with bedtime. Are the older girls working or playing sports? Because it sure doesn't sound like it. They probably haven't had real jobs. Their biggest role seems to be future submissive baby makers. They'd have to find a husband first, but the kind of men attracted to emotionally immature, sheltered young women from highly dysfunctional families tend to be problematic. Either coming from similar backgrounds or worse, aiders. Robin has done her daughters a huge disservice. All that matters to her seems to be that Kody likes them. They're basically being groomed as the new wives who'll spend their futures rocking side by side. Robin is both a perpetrator and a victim, either by choice or brainwashing. She openly serves Kody and treats him like a prize. But she's no true victim. She made the choices that led here. Her daughters' futures are slowly slipping away. The older girls supposedly help with things like shipping orders for Robin's boutique, attend college full-time, and do music over the summer. But none of them seem to hold jobs outside the family business or the show. And what about their skills? Would the experience they gain on the show help them get real jobs? Doubtful. It's telling how none of them are ever seen at industry events or Hollywood parties like other reality stars. They don't get to socialize beyond the family bubble, and their lives seem restricted to a very controlled, insular environment. Regarding bedtime routines, Robin claims it's hard because the younger kids require so much attention. But Solomon is 13, Ariella almost 9. It's weird to think they need help going to bed. And Robin has apparently relied heavily on help with parenting since day one, even needing Kody to tuck in kids in their teens. Now that responsibility seems to have shifted to the older daughters, while Robin herself stays uninvolved. The idea that the older girls are too busy with dinner and bedtime to have a social life or job is laughable. If anything, it looks like they're stuck in arrested development, groomed to stay dependent and sheltered. The bedtime excuse feels like a cover for a lack of real responsibility. Even during coronavirus, they had a nanny when no one was going anywhere. What was she doing all day? The whole family dynamic seems chaotic and unhealthy, with unclear boundaries and a serious lack of independence for the kids. The narrative that college work is so overwhelming it consumes all their time doesn't add up either. Most full-time college students find ways to balance studies with jobs and social lives. But these girls? No jobs, limited social activities, and no sign of real adult independence. Robin seems to prioritize maintaining this fragile, dependent family unit over encouraging her children to grow into self-sufficient adults. Meanwhile, Kody plays the reluctant patriarch who's somehow still expected to carry the emotional and practical burdens of this large, complicated family. At the end of the day, this family isn't thriving. It's just surviving under a rigid, outdated system that stunts the growth of everyone involved, especially the daughters. And the cycle looks likely to continue with the younger kids. Here's the brutal reality no one talks about in polygamous families: how love can quickly turn into control and coldness. What the hell did I just watch? Watching the fight between Kody and Gabe in Season 16, Episode 9, and wow. If you want an example of how not to be a father, here it is. Gabe is just a kid craving love, trying to be a team player, talking about getting Janelle and Christine on board. It's obvious he wants his dad's affection, but Kody? He treats it like some kind of fight, yelling about Janelle to her own son. Seriously, be the adult and just love your kid. It's heartbreaking to watch. Kody's love feels so cold and conditional, especially when he's mad at the moms. The moment the moms fall out of favor, so do their children. Then he acts surprised his family is falling apart. Maybe don't make your wife choose between you and her kids. That shouldn't even be an option. Gabe's a good kid. You see, he was once Kody's little man, cherished and taken on trips. Fast forward, and there's a new family, a new little man, and Gabe gets sidelined, belittled, and mistreated. How does a kid even deal with that? Honestly, this wouldn't be just about the new family. Once those boys grew into confident young men, they became competition for Kody, who seems insecure about his role as the alpha male. Deep down, he knows he's not the man he pretends to be. This is why boys are often pushed out in similar situations. They threaten the fragile ego. Kody didn't just drift from the original wives. He emotionally bailed on them, ignoring and gaslighting, then playing the victim when they noticed. In the scene about Janelle and Christine getting an Arab, Kody whines about feeling betrayed. Meanwhile, he's confused why the older kids are upset. It's because their dad took sides and isn't being fair. When Kody declares, "I have house," and Janelle replies, "Well, they're not welcome there," it says everything. He acts like the kids are betraying him, but really, they're just holding on to the people who want to be with them. He picks favorites, but gets mad when they don't pick him. Hypocrisy at its finest. Even back in Season 3, when Gabe and Garrison had a fight, Kody did nothing but tie a tree to the roof and say Janelle could handle it. Meri was left to pack alone with no help while the boys helped Robin. Kody showed up, asked how long it would take, and moved on. No warmth, no support. Robin always seems to get the attention and help others don't, either because she asks or because Kody cares more about her. The show gave the family money and a platform, but also the women independence and the realization that they were with a selfish, egotistical man who should never have been a polygamist or a husband. In real life, Garrison passed away. Kody showed up for the memorial, but didn't show up for his son while he was alive, missing chances to make amends. That's not couldn't, that's wouldn't. Kody would rather be right than happy, even if everything falls apart. Gabe still seems open to reconciliation, but Kody's affection is clearly conditional. If you weren't born to the favored wife, you don't get much. No HUD for his grieving son, just coronavirus rules. That's not a rule, that's classic narcissistic behavior. Any hint of negativity and he shuts down, refuses to take responsibility, and acts like the victim. Kody isn't just a bad father or partner, he's the tragic anti-hero in his own story, deluded and selfish, and we get to watch it all unfold. Think you've seen lazy? Wait until you meet the wife who never pitches in but always expects help, and her husband's just as bad. Robin always seems to have a reason to avoid doing anything, usually an injury or a sudden illness. When Janelle wanted to run a 5K, Robin claimed her back hurt and didn't join. She also skipped therapy sessions with the OG3 and Noodlehead, saying she wasn't feeling well. When it came to moving, Robin was never ready. While others packed and organized, she floated around supervising, waiting for one of the OG wives to step in. She even said she should have had one of her older kids help get ready for her wedding. It sounds like she wanted polygamy for the extra hands. Kody is much the same, always running around directing but rarely doing the work. During a move, he tricked the kids into helping unpack by calling a family meeting. 10 minutes after seeing Robin's house, the other families took off, leaving Robin and Kody wondering where everyone went. It was clear Robin's place was a mess, with decorations still up and a pantry stuffed full, while others were fully packed and ready. Robin expected help from others, despite having 3 older kids and a nanny who did the actual work. Her party prep and holiday meals barely compared to the hard work Meri, Christine, and the teen girls put in. She wants credit, but not the effort. When things get tough, she plays the victim, cries, or claims illness. Her cooking is another story. Kody once said she was too pretty to cook, which is a polite way to say she's terrible in the kitchen. Their fridge full of fast food leftovers says it all. Robin claimed she couldn't have another baby because managing her dream business was too much work. Meanwhile, she blocked Meri from going back to college, insisting she needed more help with her own projects. She manipulated the situation to keep Meri from bettering herself. She often failed to show up when it mattered. Meri's ski injury, therapy sessions, family events, even funerals, always with an excuse. Yet she had time for less important things, like shopping or decorating, often with the nanny around. Robin and Kody like being adored, but dislike doing anything to earn it. They create problems and expect the OG wives to fix them. When the focus isn't on her, Robin invents illnesses or crises to draw attention. In the end, Robin isn't just lazy. She's masterful at avoiding responsibility while still expecting to be treated like royalty, all with the help of her nanny. Kody's cruelest insults. They're not just mean, they're calculated to break his wives down, and it's worse than you think. Janelle was spot on in the More to Love bonus footage, calling out Kody for hitting them where it hurts most, emotionally and financially. Throughout their marriage, Kody has made cruel comments to Christine, undermining her confidence about her appearance. Then he piles on with the classic line, "I never loved you and was never attracted to you." Charming, isn't it? Janelle is very financially savvy, so naturally, Kody blames her for the financial mess, knowing it will get under her skin. This tactic wasn't mentioned with Meri, though. Speaking of Meri, Kody wasn't just guilty of abandoning her. The court actually granted Meri a release for abandonment. Yet this season, he spent more time with Meri than in the previous 9 seasons combined. It's clear he's manipulating the situation and playing mind games. People like Kody often weaponize others' insecurities, turning them into ammunition during conflicts. For example, if someone admits a fake insecurity, Kody might cruelly use it against them in arguments. A decent person wouldn't bring up personal insults, even in fights. Kody claims he wasn't attracted to Christine because she was chubby when they met, but he has also said he prefers curvy women. His statements contradict each other, showing he values women who feed his ego and dislikes those who express dissatisfaction or criticism. Janelle was easy to love because she was agreeable and affectionate, greeting him warmly every few nights. Sexual chemistry is a real factor in relationships, but Kody seems to confuse attraction with control. Notice how he treats women who are more self-conscious. They are often easier to manipulate. Despite claims otherwise, Janelle appears to be the wife he's most attracted to. Even now, Kody says he doesn't care about any of his wives except Robin, yet complains about being hurt. Hypocrisy at its finest. In Janelle's case, Kody attacks her children, her most vulnerable point, which is especially cruel. While production portrayed Janelle as the financially responsible one, she is undeniably a protective mama bear. Kody's preferred tactic is to disparage her kids to weaken her emotionally. What's baffling is how Kody acts as if these children aren't his too. His choice of words is calculated to maximize the emotional damage, like his comments about Meri's loyalty, which appear manipulative. The More to Love bonus footage is available on platforms like Hulu and Philo. The overall show feels disjointed, with the 5 adults barely interacting. Janelle and Christine likely maintain some contact but live separate, busy lives. Meri has moved to southern Utah and has no interest in socializing with Kody or the other wives. Meanwhile, Robin seems to have grown to dislike filming, often facing criticism on screen. Kody and Meri have no other family willing to participate in filming. Kody's presence often makes viewers uncomfortable. Robin's negative on-screen reception is due to her own remarks and behavior. She is no innocent bystander. Meri deserves to move on from her unhealthy relationship with Kody, and the show only prolongs the inevitable. Interest lies more with Janelle and Christine's futures than the repetitive David-Christine storyline, which seems better suited for a spin-off. Kody's recent behavior appears designed to turn public opinion against the original wives. It's likely he once loved them, until Robin arrived, and now undermines them relentlessly. His mistreatment extends to the children, with unequal attention and psychological games. Meri has endured more mistreatment than the other wives. While she may have been difficult, much of the blame falls on Kody, who fostered a family environment where she felt isolated. His difficult wife excuse is just that, an excuse. Before Robin, Kody favored Meri, which contributed to long-standing family tensions. Much of the resentment towards Meri stems from Kody's manipulation from the beginning. Janelle references this in her book, written by all the wives together early in the series. In the bonus footage, Janelle highlights how Kody targets the original wives to make himself and Robin look indifferent from the start. Meri is justified in calling out Kody's contradictory behavior, but at times it would serve her better to call his bluff outright rather than get drawn in. Robin's refusal to let Meri see the children and their feigned surprise at Meri's decision to move contrasts sharply with Kody's claim that he wouldn't care if she left. Kody's mixed messages toward Meri, telling her to woo him while declaring reconciliation impossible, are classic manipulative tactics. Actions speak louder than words, and his actions make it clear he is toying with her emotions. Janelle's confidence allows her to dismiss Kody's insults, and many wish Meri would firmly reject him instead of seeking his attention. Should Robin ever become an ex-wife, it's likely Kody would publicly blame her for the family's breakdown, showing no loyalty to anyone. Kody's increased time with Meri this season is likely because she's the only wife willing to film with him. The rest of his screen time involves Robin and a few children, which is insufficient for the show's storytelling. Bonus footage for this season can be found on Hulu and Philo. Let me know what you think in the comments. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to my channel. I'll see you in the next video. Take care and much love to you all.